I think we're about ready. Okay. Okay. We got the center stage. You're good. Beggar, you're leaning up against the gate called Beautiful. Okay. Be leaning up against the gate called Beautiful. Don't start your sign. Have your can ready. You're a beggar.
Now I'm showing it?
No. I'm gonna read. Here you go. Ready? Peter and John, two rather buff former Olympians, were exercise instructors at the Lord's Gym in downtown Jerusalem. They would walk down the street strutting their stuff and thumping their chests like Tarzan. One of them would do headstands on demand. Tim. I said one of them. Oh, Peter. Thank you. On demand. They would roll up their sleeves and flex their muscles. Flex their muscles. Then they give each other a slap on the back. And a thumbs up. When they smiled at the girls, they would scream and faint. When they smiled at the girls, they would scream and faint. When they smiled at the girls, they would scream and faint. These guys were strong. About 3 o'clock in the afternoon, they were headed over to the Lord's Gym to do some deep knee bends for their afternoon workout. Oh, you haven't done them yet, so we're not. As they came to the temple gate, the entrance to the temple was on that side. As they came to the temple gate, called Beautiful, just in front of the Lord's Gym, they couldn't help but admire what they saw before them. The gate was the most beautiful structure they had ever seen. In fact, the gate was so beautiful. The gate was so beautiful, it took a bow to the audience. But as Strong Peter and Strong John passed under the gate, well, I guess you're supposed to be the other way. I'm sorry, go the other way. Yeah, you wait. Yeah, so good on this side. It's not bad. Good on this side. Now go the other way. As they began to pass under the gate, they began to fan the air and hold their noses, because the gate was also very strong, if you know what I mean. Just then, Peter and John noticed a crippled man begging for money in front of the Lord's Gym. The crippled man held up his sign and called out to them. Hold up the sign. Exercise charity, thank you. He called out to them.
Hey, big buff dude, why don't you open your wallet and fork over some cash?
But Peter and John held out their empty hands, and they said,
"Sorry, we spent all our money on health food and exercise."
The beggar responded,
Well, how about you let me sell one of your gold medals? I need some cash too, you know. You guys aren't the only ones who need health food.
Peter and John looked at each other, struck a pose, looked at the man, and in unison said,
We don't have gold or silver medals, but what we do have, we'll give you.
They reached down and grabbed the beggar's hand so he could stand up, but the beggar didn't move. In fact, with the dead weight of the beggar, Peter and John lost their balance and fell on top of the man. He hit him with his sign and said,
What kind of apostles are you guys anyway? When did you learn to heal?
Peter and John got back up and said,
Where did you learn to heal?
they got back up and said,
In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, walk.
instantly, you could see power go into the man's ankles and legs as they began to shake and wiggle. The beggar started beating his chest and screaming like Tarzan. He even took his beggar's cup and tried to crush it, but he couldn't. Peter and John grabbed him again by the hands and helped him stand to his feet. The gate began to cheer and shout, "Hey!
Beautiful, beautiful.
The gate called Beautiful was so happy it hugged itself. The excited beggar jumped up and down and shouted,
I'm healed, I'm healed.
he was so excited he started doing different kinds of exercises. First he did jumping jacks. Then he did some push-ups. Then he began to run in place. And while he was running in place, he was singing praise the Lord, I can walk, over and over again.
Praise the Lord, I can walk. Over and
Exactly right. Filled with joy, Peter and John ran in place beside the beggar. And people in the temple began to point to the man and shout, because they knew this was the same crippled man who had been begging in front of the gym. Then all three men struck a pose and gave each other high fives and a big thumbs up. They knelt together for a deep knee bend and prayed with thanksgiving to God, because they had seen God's power in a mighty way. Kurt. Good job, guys.